Well, today the White House had to clean up after the storm that President Trump created when he said in a Bloomberg interview that he would be, quote, honored to meet with North Korea's dictator under the right circumstances. The president's spokesman said today it is clear those circumstances are not right now. Mr. Trump talked about North Korea and much more in another interview with our own John Dickerson. We have more on that from Margaret Brennan at the White House.
I would not be happy. If he does a nuclear test, I will not be happy.
North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un's expanding nuclear arsenal is President Trump's top foreign policy challenge.
What do you make of the North Korean leader?
People are saying, is he sane? I have no idea. I can tell you this, and a lot of people don't like when I say it, but he was a young man of 26 or 27 when he took over from his father, when his father died. And at a very young age, he was able to assume power. A lot of people, I'm sure, tried to take that power away, whether it was his uncle or anybody else. And he was able to do it. So obviously, he's a pretty smart cookie.
Kim is accused of widespread human rights abuses, yet President Trump told Bloomberg News that he'd be honored to meet him. White House officials later stipulated that North Korea would first need to abandon its nuclear weapons. It is unusual for an American president to publicly empathize with authoritarian leaders. Mr. Trump has made a point of praising leaders with an iron grip on power while avoiding condemnation of their abuses. This was candidate Trump on Russian President Vladimir Putin.
If he says great things about me, I'm going to say great things about him. I've already said he is really very much of a leader.
And at the White House last month with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
That you have a great friend and ally in the United States and in me.
Mr. Trump has also invited President Rodrigo Duterte of the Philippines, despite overseeing thousands of killings in the name of cracking down on drug trafficking.
Mr. Obama, you can go to hell.
The Obama administration called off a meeting with Duterte in Asia last year after he called the then president a son of a bitch. President Trump brought up another leader in a separate interview with SiriusXM Radio, praising American President Andrew Jackson.
He was a very tough person, but he had a big heart, and he was really angry that he saw what was happening with regard to the Civil War. He said there's no reason for this. People don't ask that question, but why was there the Civil War? Why could that one not have been worked out?
Jackson died 16 years before the Civil War, and Scott, President Trump failed to mention that Jackson's support for slavery more than 170 years ago continues to haunt his legacy.
Margaret Brennan, thanks.